Guys, thank you all for coming out on, we'll call it our senior afternoon. Very tough to pull off on a day like this, which we will probably never be able to pull off again. On Region Tournament Day, we had some real time constraints with the condition of our courts. So thank you for your patience. Our boys and girls played great today. We will end up being a 3 seed coming out of our region. So we know that, and we will move on from there. What I'd love to do, we're going to celebrate our senior tennis players and managers, both boys and girls. First off, I would love to thank the parents and players that put on this gala. This is really something. Anytime you see green and white balloons, that's great. The food, which is great because many of us haven't eaten all day because we've been running around, and the decorations, and also thank you all for putting this on for us. We really appreciate it. What I'd like to do first is introduce our girls' coaches, Liesl Good and Ricky Diamond.
Thank you all for coming out today. We appreciate all of the support that we get from our parents and players and friends and other supporters, so thank you so much. This has been a great year so far, and I've loved working with all of the girls, in particular our senior captains, who I think are incredible. This was my first year as head varsity coach. I had a lot to learn, and they made it easy. At first I thought it was a concerted effort. Maybe they were concerned about me and they felt they needed to check in with me every day, but pretty much daily, one of them, at least one, if not more, came by my office to ask me if I needed anything, if we were good to go, what could they do to help. And so true leaders. I have been so impressed with all of them, and just love everything that you guys did to help me out. You guys have really made it a lot easier for me, so I appreciate that. And so to introduce our senior captains, Coach Diamond.
All right, we have 3 great captains, starting with Kate Grabowski. Daughter of Stacy and Bill Grabowski. She's going to TCU in the fall. Horned Frogs, one of the best nicknames around. Kate's been a football cheerleader for 4 years. Varsity junior her senior year. She was also on the varsity swim team junior senior year that just won the state championship. So yeah, she's non-stop, 3 sports around the clock. I don't know how you do it at Westminster, but that's impressive. And National Honor Society as well. So awesome captain, Kate Grabowski. All right, our second senior is Christina Huang. And her mom Huang is here. Christina has been at Westminster since 7th grade. She's a member of the Westminster Chamber Orchestra. She's the founder and president of Health Occupations of America and Biology Olympiad Club. She's a member of the Service Corps, admissions ambassador, and she volunteered at hospital before junior year. She basically does everything, it sounds like. And next year she's going to Brown University program in liberal medical education. It's an 8-year program. It sounds impossible to get into, but Christina did. We're not surprised, even though it's impossible to get into. So good job. And yeah, she's been on the tennis team for 4 years. Great captain, singles, doubles, does everything. Christina Huang. All right, last but not least, Sophie Mueller. Daughter of Elizabeth and Bill, who are both here. Sophie's been on the Christian Leadership Council and Service Corps. She's a member of the National Honor Society and 4-year honor roll. Needless to say, very hard to do at Westminster. Varsity tennis for all 4 years. Been in the top 7 a lot of the time. Won one of the most memorable matches in recent Westminster history last year at North Hall. She's going to Middlebury next year in Vermont, hoping to study Spanish and international relations. And her favorite tennis memories are the older Mr. Diamond bringing raw meat to the state tournament, team dinners at Mellow Mushroom, and making her doubles partners feel like Beyonce. Sophie Mueller. All right, boys, have at it.
All right. I like audiovisual aids, so I will probably be referring to these lovely photos of my guys as we speak. First off, Charlie Duran. Come on up, Charlie.
Yeah, baby.
Is Robert here? Okay, so Dad Robert, not here, nice flower. Let's see. The thing about Charlie, Charlie joined our managerial force several weeks into the season. I guess once wrestling season was over, right? And he's been a tremendous addition for his emotional support of the team, for a consumer of the numerous food items that we have at most of our events.
That's one way of putting it.
Charlie is a discovery leader. He is an Alpha Omega. Next year we don't know whether he'll be going to Cornell perhaps, which one can see how studious he looks in that picture. And that's as studious I've ever seen you look, Charlie. Okay.
Cornell material to me.
The thing you don't know about Charlie, he had a tremendously successful wrestling season. He was a team captain, a state qualifier. He entered the state tournament with a 30-11 record and came up, I think it was an overtime loss short of standing on a top 6 podium. So had a great season, and he's been a great addition. He brings that wrestling mentality to the tennis court too. So thank you, Charlie. Glad you're here.
Grandfather.
Grant Pinkston. Come on up, Grant. Billy and Julia, if you're both here, that's great. Hey, Grant. Grant is a major player in student government and a discovery leader. He wanted us to mention that he went to Chewonki or Maine Coast Seminar, is that correct? Semester, my bad. During his junior year. Grant loves Westminster sports. What you may not know about Grant, he played JV tennis for 3 years and started this season as a manager, but because he comes out to practice every single day and he's been improving his game so much, he's actually played 2 exhibition matches with our varsity this year. So he is going to get a letter, a full letter. What is perhaps most easy for Grant to remember, look how scholarly he looks. Just as much as he loves Forest Green, he will continue that tradition when he probably matriculates, is that definite?
Probably.
To Dartmouth. There are so many probablys. There are very few definites right now. So Dartmouth College next year. Grant, thank you for 4 great years. Fantastic. Thank you. You're welcome. Chris Johnston, I don't see. I think Chris is a writing fellow, is that correct? And in his place, I'd like to call up
Oh dear.
my assistant coach, Kevin Mylod, who is my partner in crime. My partner in crime.
Oh wow.
With whom none of this is possible. So, Chris, Kevin, I've taught Chris several times. His folks are Derek and Lisa. I taught him during his first class at Westminster in the high school prior to 9th grade. I taught him in New Testament as a sophomore. I taught him this past Jan term. Chris has a career record of 3-1. 3-1. What you may not know about Chris, what you would know, because he loves Dave Matthews Band. He's always wearing a Dave Matthews t-shirt, even at practices. What surprised the heck out of me was the first time I saw him perform at our most recent talent show. Really gifted musician. I was not expecting that. Both as a singer and a guitarist. He will be matriculating either at Princeton or Brown. Does not know yet. Thank you, Chris, wherever you are. Hey. Baird Kazazian. Come on up, Baird.
Come on down, Baird.
Hey, is Betsy here?
I'm here.
Congrats.
Come on up, Betsy.
Made it.
Nice. Nice. Congrats. Let me find Baird up here so I can make a move. Right here. Baird was really disappointed after his freshman year when he didn't make varsity, but he worked really hard and he's been a 3-year letterman, including a 2-year starter. He started the end of the season last year, even in our state championship match, and played well, played great. So he's that epitome of fighting for a spot, earning the spot, and then working the rest of the time here to get better. Baird has a career record of 24-8. What you don't know about Baird, his favorite food is cheese dip. Hold it. Is that considered a real food? Or is that just a condiment? Thank you, okay?
Is that just cheese dip on
What I remember about Baird, that I'm reminded of, if you get a close-up look at this picture, Baird at practice used to always wear a San Francisco Giants hat. And the hat would always fall off in the middle of a point. And it would reveal those locks. Look at that head of hair, which if you get a close-up look, which you will at some point, the hair is just like, okay? So, get a look at that picture.
It's an action photo.
Like the golden halo. Thank you, Charlotte. Baird wanted me to make sure that his mom knew that he was still considering WashU, but really North Carolina. He's going to go to North Carolina next year. He is almost absolutely positive. Baird, thank you. All right, bye. Luke Joe. Come on up, Luke. Parents, Diane and Alice are here. Congrats. Congrats.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Luke is a 4-year letterman, a 2-year starter with a career record of 26-6. Phenomenal. Including 15-1 last year. He's going to attend Duke University next year, which is tough for me to say. I'm a UVA guy. Wahoo wah. Yeah, heels, whatever. What you need to know about Luke: outstanding work ethic. He's national merit. He's got all kinds of accolades, especially with all things math. I think he strives to be a professional, competitive mathematician, if there is such a thing. He admits that he is tone deaf. I don't know if he was lying to me or not. And what you really don't know about Luke is he loves squirrels and squirrels love him. You know about that, Luke? Remember? It goes back to a Jan term thing in Canada. Let's see, where's Luke? Same thing. Luke is up here. Luke the scholar. Luke, thank you for 4 great years. Great job. Got a pair of jacks. My pair of jacks, Jack McDonald and Jack Gabriel. Jack McDonald, come on up. Tim and Betsy. Is Betsy here? Betsy's here. Because Tim is in Cincinnati, right?
Yes.
Hey, Jack. Betsy. Jack McDonald is a 4-year letterman, a 3-year starter. Why? I always think of my Jacks because I remember these two. Jack Gabriel will be next. These 2 Jacks, even before they were my 1 doubles team as sophomores, on the backcourts of practice, which is really some of the best times that, honestly, when you're involved in a tennis program, you realize that practice time is where we really have so much fun and really probably bond the most. Jack's career record is 39-8. He will be remembered for his enthusiasm, his competitiveness, even to the point of taking on running into a net post every once in a while. He's had a couple of injuries this year that he's fought through. Deciding between TCU.
Oh, yeah.
TCU. Is TCU the one?
Maybe.
Don't know yet? We don't know yet, okay. But Jack, I will miss Jack's competitive nature, his enthusiasm, Jack is probably best known for keeping me on my toes as a coach and keeping me honest and keeping it real. So Jack, thank you. Jack Gabriel. Come on up, Jack Gabriel. Are Mark and Lee here? Mark and Lee? Lee is here. Hi, Lee.
Oh, thank you.
Jack is a 4-year letterman, a 3-year starter. He has a career record of 39-11, the last 2 years playing at #1 singles, which means Jack is playing the best player on every team that we face. And he shows grit. He shows competitiveness. While every once in a while, but very rarely, does he get down on himself, he fights to the end. And that's what I really appreciate about you. Fun fact about Jack, he loves classic rock, meaning he's got an older soul. Welcome to my world. That's great. And schools next year, are we thinking about Clemson? Clemson. It's awesome. Jack, thank you so much for 4 great years. Guys, thank you for coming out. What makes this program, honestly, we're looking at everything. We talked about these emails over the weekend. It's always tennis family. It's players, coaches, parents that make this what it is. And it was a long day for us. But the season is not over. And we're going to keep fighting to the end. Got it? Yeah. Here we go. Go Cats. Go Cats! Thank you all.